Don't worry, the vlogs are gonna be different. I don't gotta be trying to maneuver around people. I'm in my own lane, in my own zone. I could go on about the negative side, but so I'm gonna take y'all with me and we just gonna chill. Hi guys, so let's jump right into it. Let me tell you what's going on today. So today is Tuesday and it's another day of me being on short call, meaning I can sit at home but I'm on call, and I can sit here because I'm 2 hours away from the airport where I live. So I was like, normally I don't start my vlogs off at home, but I'm like, you know what, this is all a part of being a flight attendant, right? So I'm gonna let y'all sit at home with me today, and then if they call me, if I have to go to the airport, or if I end up at work later on in the week, then we'll just see where the vlog takes us. We'll follow it along as the week goes along, and we'll just see what happens, you know, a spontaneous vlog, you know. We'll see. So this should be fun because normally I'm like, all right, I can kind of plan it out because I know I'm going to work, but I don't know how this is going to go. So this is going to be really interesting. But again, I'm at home. I'm not doing anything today. I don't have to work today. Let's say that. I don't have to work for the airlines today, but I'm a content creator. So of course there's always something to do as a content creator. I am uploading some shorts to YouTube, and I am probably gonna work on some stuff for TikTok. I'm just trying to figure out what else I want to post, trying to figure out all that jazz. So if you're not following me on TikTok, make sure you follow me. It's the same handle, at Taryn on a Journey. I'm over there. I love my TikTok, so that's like my little baby. Make sure you follow me on TikTok, but I do have Facebook as well as Instagram, but I am a little bit more active, honestly, on TikTok. So go ahead and follow your girl, okay? So yeah, I'm gonna just let y'all chill with me. I need to wash dishes. I need to fold my laundry. I got some stuff in the dryer right now that I need to fold and put in my bag just in case they do call me tomorrow. So I'm gonna take y'all with me, and we just gonna chill. We're gonna sit around the house today, not too much. And if I need to update or come back in and tell you guys anything, I will. So I will check in later. So guys, I'm trying to sit here and go through some content that I did in the past so that I can post for YouTube, and mainly for YouTube, and anything that I didn't post on Facebook. And it's just a process. I haven't used this content in a while, so like I'm just going through it to make sure it's still okay to use, and that like the sounds and everything's okay. And I'm gonna go ahead and schedule this stuff out since I'm sitting here, so that way I can keep up with my consistency and I don't have to worry about like trying to do this on my working days, or like if I run into a situation where I don't have any time. So yeah, drop in the comments, when do you guys mostly watch YouTube? Is it on the weekends, during the week, a specific time in the evening, morning? Like, let me know so I could try to adjust my schedule. I'm sure I won't be able to get it to where it works for everyone, but you know, if there's a specific day that everyone prefers to watch content, let me know just so I can kind of have some type of idea, You guys know this is all new to me, so I'm still figuring a lot of things out. But yes, that's what I'm sitting here doing. But like, the app is giving me problems. So, yep, let me get back to it. Alright, y'all, so it is 6:48 and still no call from crew scheduling. So I've been sitting around the house all day. I tried to wait until like it's later in the day for me to like go out when I'm on call, because I don't want to go somewhere and then they call me and I have to come back, get dressed, grab my bags and all that. So I pretty much wait till it's later in the day to do anything major and really move around. So I just kind of hung around here in the house today and did what I had to do. So, but now I'm about to go to the store and get some stuff for me to have for dinner tonight, because I was just going to eat something out today, probably a salad or something. So I'm going to go get some salmon again and some kale so I can make a salad. So, do y'all want to come to the store with me? Okay, I'm not really asking, you're coming. So, let's go. Alright, y'all, so I'm in the grocery store now. I made it here safely. Is it just me, or I prefer coming to the grocery store late at night because I don't be wanting to see nobody? I enjoy coming when no one else is here. It's quiet. I don't gotta be trying to maneuver around people. I'm in my own lane, in my own zone, and yeah, I don't have to worry about nobody else but moi. So let me finish getting my stuff so I can get on up out of here, and so I can go eat because I am starving. I'm back home from the grocery store. I'm about to wash these dishes up, cook my salmon, put away all the groceries that I bought, and eat my food and relax for the remainder of the night. It's already like 8 something, so I don't think scheduling is gonna call me, so I'm about to wind it down. I normally don't like, I normally like wait until about at least 10 to like get comfortable, because I'm like paranoid that they're gonna call me, but they haven't been using me like that, so I think I'm good at this point. So I'm gonna cook my food. Once I'm done, I'm gonna shower, and then I'm gonna chill for the rest of the night. Finished product, Caesar salad with a little cucumber and some salmon. Hi guys, so it is now Thursday, and you see where I'm at. I'm still at my house at home, and guess what? I have not worked this week. So I know this wasn't supposed to be this type of video, but I started vlogging and I didn't want to just cut it off because I didn't go anywhere. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to add a segment in there where I talk about frequently asked questions that I get as a flight attendant. And yeah, I think I'm just going to include that in the vlog, and then finish out my week however I finish it out. I don't know if I ever mentioned this, but I do have a part-time job, and I do some Instacart on the side as well as a flight attendant, because if you didn't know, as a flight attendant, you should always have a second source of income. You got to have something on the side, because sometimes the job can be a little inconsistent when it comes to pay. Or it could be just inconsistent all the way around. So, you know, you just want to have other forms of income. If you guys have more questions about that and you want me to get into it, I will in a different video. But I have already wrote down some things that I want to cover. So I'm going to go ahead and go over those things that I've already kind of processed and got in my mind. So, like I said, it's 4:50. It's Thursday today. They have not called me. They have sent out some trips. So when I say pick up a trip in a video, just to explain a little bit, you can't really pick up trips with my company while you are on reserve. But they have a system where they will push us trips to the app that we use to check in and out and see our schedule and all that. And you can select yes if you are interested in those trips. And I did not select yes on the trips that they sent to me, because either they were starting really late in the evening, or they had like, it was just a turn, or either it was just a go and come back. Like I'm on call for 4 days. If I am on call for 4 days and I go to Charlotte, I want to work for 4 days. I don't want to go to work, do all that just to turn around and come back the next day. So I decided not to hit yes to any trips. I declined them and I just did not respond. So unless they specific, now they can sometimes, if they don't get any flight attendant that says yes to the trip, whoever is next in the bucket, they will push that trip to that specific flight attendant, and you will get chosen for a trip. So I guess my seniority is up a little bit. So now I rarely get picked in times like these if I don't want it. Sometimes I do still, but not all the time. So that's kind of why I'm still sitting at home. But also because like they haven't called me. Normally when I'm on 4 or 5 days, they will call me for hot reserve, and that's sitting airport standby. But they haven't done that this week, so I've just been sitting at home short call reserve, which is sitting at home on standby. So now let's get into these questions. I'm doing frequently asked questions. If you've asked me a question in the comments about being a flight attendant, I kind of went through my comments and picked out some questions that I saw, and I'm gonna cover them right now. So the first question that comes to mind, someone asked me, you guys, sorry for the noise. I live on a very busy road, and I can't help it. So hopefully you're not hearing that, but if you are, I'm so sorry. But one question that comes to mind off the top of my brain that I can think of is, am I afraid of being a flight attendant? And the answer is no. I've been flying since I was younger, so planes are not new to me. I actually like to fly. Before I became a flight attendant, I used to miss being in the airport, miss flying. So having the opportunity to do it all the time is, I enjoy it. So no, I am not afraid of flying. I have run into a passenger who was afraid on the plane, and she was actually tearing up and she was really nervous. And she said that like looking at me and keeping her eyes on me helped her stay calm. And she was just like, I don't know how you do it, but I'm super anxious and I can't take this up and down all day. She was like, I don't know how you do it, but she was like, you really helped me through this flight, and I feel like you were trained very well for the job. And she was like, because I believe that day too we were having turbulence, and she was like, She was like, you did not react to the turbulence at all. And it's just because we're used to it. Like when I first started the job, like if a bump would come that would kind of shake us up, I would be like, ooh, like, you know, just something. I'm still human. Even though I'm a flight attendant, I'm still human. I do react sometimes, like if it catches me off guard. But most of the time, if they tell us to expect turbulence, or like I know it's coming, like I'm like, okay, whatever, we have turbulence. But sometimes I still react, you know, it just depends on the situation. But yes, I'm not afraid of flying. I don't think I've ever been afraid of flying, even at a young age. Yes, we are taught to stay calm and kind of, you know, help new passengers, especially when we get somebody on that has never flown before. You want to make them feel comfortable, and you want to just, you know, use calming words when you're talking to them about the flight and what to expect. The next question, how do you become a flight attendant? So I always tell people, just apply. Like I applied the first time to be a flight attendant out of college, and I believe I applied for American and I did not get it. If you watch my first YouTube video ever, I kind of went into how I decided to become a flight attendant and how that whole situation happened. So yeah, that's why I'm here. But how do you become a flight attendant? Is just applying. It's simply as easy as that. Now, there is a whole process that you have to go through, but it's so easy to just apply. I would recommend that you go onto the major airline websites like American Airlines, Delta, JetBlue, United, Spirit, Frontier, and several others. If you want to get into like the regional airlines, that's where PSA Airlines, Mesa Airlines, there's a lot of different airlines. Before I started becoming a flight attendant, I did not know there was a difference between regional and mainline. And I would say a regional airline is an airline that is responsible for taking care of like the smaller airports, the smaller destinations like Huntsville, Alabama. Although there may be, the major airlines may go there as well, I feel like the regional airlines are there for when like the main line isn't as booked. So if American Airlines is not booked, like if there is not a full plane of people going to Huntsville, that's kind of where the regional airline comes into play. So they're not gonna send a huge plane with only 20 people on it if they don't have to. They're gonna pull the regional airlines help with that flight. So I hope I explained that well. I wasn't aware that there was a difference when I first started, but once you kind of get into aviation, you kind of learn the terms, you kind of start learning different things about the job and all that. So there are regional airlines that you can apply for, and there's mainline airlines that you can apply for. If you go on Google and you just type in regional airlines, and then you go on Google and you type in mainline airlines, then you will, or main, you know, airline carriers, you will find the difference, that you'll see the difference that I'm talking about, and you will see the different companies because they are known as those things. So yes, the regional airline just kind of helps out the bigger airlines for what they can't do, or like if they don't want to go a specific place or whatever. So that's where they come into play. And like I said, you just go on their websites and apply. I would say have a good resume. Make sure you go over some interview questions. I am not the best interviewer. I think that my experience in customer service and just like going over different questions that I have seen other flight attendants say they were asked really helped me when I was preparing for the interview. And just putting together a good resume and showing up, you know, while you're there, speaking clearly, being engaging, and just being yourself could really help you become a flight attendant. You do have to pass like assessments, and you have to go through training afterwards. After you get the job, you have to go through training and all of that. So that's how you become the flight attendant. Like after the training, you will start the job. So I hope I answered that as well. If you have any further questions about how to become a flight attendant, let me know and I'll jump into that more specifically. But I believe I covered that pretty well. All right, moving on. Someone asked me about my likes and dislikes about being based in Charlotte. So if you're unfamiliar about what a base is where you work from to start your trips, to start your working day. So for my airline, our bases are Charlotte, Dallas, DC, Dayton, Ohio, Philly. I believe I've covered them all. I think that's it. Being that I am a Charlotte-based flight attendant, I start my working day from Charlotte. If I was to change my base to DC, I would have to change my base to DC, and I would have to go to the closest airport to me and then fly to DC to work if that's where my trip started. And I say if that's where my trip starts at because sometimes flight attendants are based in one base, but they choose to pick up trips in another base that's closer to them, and they start their working day there. But that's a whole nother something else. So I'll get into that. If you have more questions about that, let me know in the comments. But I'm gonna keep moving on with the question at hand because I will get sidetracked, y'all, and I will start rambling and going into other things that I did not write down. That's why I write down stuff, because I could get off track. So now that I've explained what a base is, so what I don't like, what I think the cons are of being based in Charlotte. Charlotte is really senior, so it's hard to get a line, and a line is like a schedule. It's hard to get a schedule because there's so many flight attendants in Charlotte, and sometimes it's like, you know, people stay with the company for a really long time, and people also like Charlotte because it's cheap. It's cheaper to live than a lot of our other bases. Like DC is really expensive to live, so a lot of people prefer Charlotte, and so it's just a lot of people there, so they don't have that many lines in Charlotte because we are low on captains actually. Like we don't have a whole lot of captains in Charlotte, so they don't have lines for us to get. If they don't have captains, they can't give us lines. So that's a con, because I would like a line. I'm tired of being on reserve. I'm tired of not knowing when I'm working. I'm tired of sitting if I could be working. Like, I'm tired of it. So that's one thing I do not like. And even with a lot of other companies that I hear about, they say the same thing. Like, Charlotte is a really senior base. So that's something to think about. Another thing I don't like about Charlotte is that it's really spread out. So it's huge, like, and I feel like most airports that are as big as Charlotte, they have like the little transportation, like the little shuttles and stuff, like in Dallas and in Philly. But Charlotte doesn't have anything, and we need something because it's hard getting from the TSA to the back of the airport where our terminal is. It's really hard. Like, it's annoying. Like, sometimes I'm breaking out in sweat because I'm trying to run to get to the gate, or like I'm trying to walk really fast to get to the back of the airport. So it's just can be really annoying sometimes to see how spread out it is. But that's not that serious. Like, I can deal with it, and if I'm not running late sometimes, I wouldn't be breaking out in sweats because I could take my time. But you know, that's neither here nor there. Moving on. Today is Friday, and I don't have to say go home day today because I'm already home, right? So yeah, it's Friday, y'all, and I am still at home. I never got called, but it's the end of our 4-day short call reserve week. So I'm done after today if they don't call me, and then I'm off for 2 days. I wanted to finish talking about what I was talking about yesterday because my camera died and I didn't realize it was dying, and it shut off on me, and then I needed to cook dinner and stuff like that. So by the time I finished doing everything that I needed to do and my camera was charged, it was nighttime. So I didn't have, like, I guess I waited too late in the day to try to record because I like to use natural lights so we can get this glowy skin on camera. But I didn't have enough time to finish the video last night. So I'm gonna hop back in right where I left off, and I'm going to finish talking about what I was talking about yesterday. So I think it cut off when I was saying that the last con that I wrote down is that a lot of people that you work with as a flight attendant in Charlotte is going to be either way older than you, or they're going to be there they have been there for a really long time. And sometimes it's a little boring, you know, like you want to work with the young people that want to go out and have a good time. Now, don't get me wrong, I've ran into some, and when I say old, I'm not saying like they in their 80s, 70s. I'm just saying like they are at the point where they feel like, oh, this is old to me. They don't want to do this no more. Granted, there are some older women and men that are flight attendants and that are pilots as well. But most of the time they've just been there for a while and they don't really see the job as fun anymore. So when you actually want to have those experiences of going out with your crew, hanging out with them, having a good time, maybe have a few drinks, you don't really get that sometimes in Charlotte because a lot of the crews are senior and they've been there for 5-10 years sometimes. So it's just not as fun. Like, I know DC for my company has they get a lot of the newer crews, and they get a lot of the newer flight attendants and pilots. So they go out, they do those things more than I feel like the people in Charlotte do. Like when I was based in DC, out of training. So I spent like a month there. And then once my month was up and I could swap bases, I came to Charlotte. But I went out plenty of times in DC. Once I came to Charlotte, that kind of slowed down for me. And it just, I don't know, it's just a difference. Like, even I have friends that work at the DC base and they say the same thing. Like, they love their crew. They always go out and have a good time. So, you know, that's just what it is. Like, a lot of the really senior people that have been here for years, work in DC. So I feel like you may have a hard time trying to get that experience of like hanging out with your crew, going out on the town, or just spending any type of time with them, like outside of work. And I get it. I don't always feel like it either. But like if I have time and I'm getting along with my crew members, I want to hang out. Like, why not? Especially if we have a long layover and we somewhere like, I don't know, what's a good layover? Like Pensacola or somewhere in Florida, something like that. It's a good time. Like, I want to hang out. So that's another con, I think, of being Charlotte based. Now moving on to the pros of being Charlotte based. There's a lot of good management in Charlotte. And when I say management, that's like your people that work in the offices. I have never had a bad supervisor so far. Like, I had one that left, and then the one I have now, and then the one I had when I was in DC, they've all been pretty good with me. I've heard other stories about people based other places, so I'm just like, ugh. But so that makes me really grateful for my supervisor because she communicates very well with me. Anytime I need to reach out to her, she reaches out to me. I can really tell that she really appreciates like the flight attendants, because there's been times where I've been in like little sticky situations, and if she notices that I'll still like work through it and don't quit and don't want to leave or get off of a trip, she has like sent me like little accolades and stuff like that. And I really appreciate that, because sometimes you don't get nothing like that when you're on a job, and just a small thing sometimes make a difference and actually make you want to work hard and be on the job and do what you're supposed to do. So shout out to my supervisor, because like I said, she's just really great. She's on it. Anything I ask her, she gets it done. Like, I have no issues. And then my last supervisor, she went to another airline, but she was really good too. So I've just really had good experiences with management. I have heard some horror stories, okay? So it just depends. But yes, that's a good thing about being based in Charlotte. Number 2, Charlotte has a lot of flight attendants. And I know I said that could be a bad thing, but it also could be a good thing because I never have an issue getting the days off that I want, right? So with my company, we are able to swap days. Like, you kind of make your own schedule. Like, this week, I'm working 4 days, but if I wanted to work 5 days, I could add a day to the end of my schedule, or I could have separated my days so it could be 2 days, and a day off in the middle of those 2-day wraps, right? Because Charlotte has so many flight attendants, I never have an issue getting off the days that I want. In other bases, because they don't have as many flight attendants, their grid goes red a lot. So like on the weekends, it's mostly when Charlotte is red because a lot of people want the weekends off. But there was a time where when I first started with the company, that never happened to me. That just recently started because I think a lot of people are starting to leave, or, you know, just for different reasons. But in DC, Philly, Dayton, their grids are always red, especially like DC. I remember like over this past summer, the flight attendants in DC were so upset, and they were constantly complaining about the grid being red, y'all. So I'm just really appreciative about the numbers in Charlotte because it's a pro, it's a con, but it's a pro. Like, it's kind of a little bit of both. So, but times like that, I feel like it's important when you want to take off work and stuff like that, and they have the coverage, so they don't really make a big deal about it. So you always get your time. And to me, I love my time. I love the flexibility of being a flight attendant. So that's one of the reasons why I appreciate there being so many people in Charlotte. But like I said, it's a con because you don't really get in line. You're going to stay on reserve for a long time. So whatever is good for you, whatever you feel like is, you know, what you're looking for. And it's just gonna be like for your personal preferences, like where you determine that you want to be based. Number 3, another pro of me being based in Charlotte, is drivable for me, so I don't have to fly into work. So if you want to become a flight attendant and you are planning on commuting, I was told in training to try to stay off the plane as much as possible, honestly, when you're commuting, because I feel like you have more issues when you are trying to fly into work. You could miss your flights. Your flights could be canceled. It could be, you know, all different types of reasons. It might not be any space on the plane for you because we don't get positive space, meaning we don't get a guaranteed seat even when we are commuting to work, unless it's a deadhead. If it's just us trying to get to work, we don't get a guaranteed seat. So you have to make sure there's going to be space on those flights for you when you're trying to get there, or there's a jump seat available that you can take. And sometimes there's not always a jump seat because, like, at my airport, the closest airport to me that I could use to get to Charlotte, a lot of the regional airlines service that airport, so there's never going to be a jump seat for me because the flight attendants are always occupying the jump seats. So I would not put my trust in like that airport because there's not even a jump seat available. So I just prefer to drive to work. That way I know I can get there in a timely manner, and that I don't have to really worry about all the maintenance and cancellations, whatever, you know. My company does have a commuter clause in our contract. So our commuter clause is that as long as there's 2 flights that cover you in enough time for you to get to work, if you miss your flight or something, you have something that happens while you're trying to get there, then you're covered. There is no commuter clause for a person that drives. That is the bad thing about driving, but I feel like you have more problems flying than driving anyway, so I don't really worry about that. And yeah, that's why I chose Charlotte as a base, because I can drive there. When I was DC based, I had to fly into work. Number 4, I enjoy being Charlotte based because we fly to a lot of the warmer destinations. So like Florida, New Orleans, like places below Virginia and all that. Like we normally fly DC, Philly, they go to like New York, Vermont, all those places up there. Now we go those places too, but I feel like more of our routes are like down south. So that's one thing I enjoy, because who doesn't want to go to the beach? Like, I want to go to the beach. I have not been to New Orleans yet with the job, but I want to go soon. So that is another reason why I enjoy being based in Charlotte. So those were some of the pros and cons about the job that I have noticed. Well, not about the job, but being based in Charlotte. Those are my pros and cons. Those are my personal opinions. Like, those are my feelings. Those are things that are important to me. So that's why I mention them. Like I said, always put a comment in the comments. Make sure you say if you have any specific questions that you want me to go over. I will. These are just the things that I came up with, and like things that came to my mind. But I'm always open and willing to anything that you guys want me to cover. So yeah, make sure you go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you comment, smash that like button, smash those buttons, jump in the comments, because I need the engagement, y'all. We are doing good. We on a roll, so let's keep it going. And yeah, make sure you comment. The last thing I wrote down and I wanted to go over, I get asked a lot, why do you like being a flight attendant? And I guess people hear mixed reviews, and I've even heard somebody say, or like somebody commented, and it was like, well, it looks like you're always working. Where is the fun, you know? So like, what's so good about being a flight attendant? Well, to me, to Taryn, what's good about being a flight attendant to me is that I love the flexibility. I mentioned that earlier. I love the flexibility. This is the first job that I have ever worked and I can sit home and get paid. And I know there's a lot of work from home jobs, but I'm sitting at home and I'm not doing anything. Like, it doesn't get any better than this. Now, like I said, yes, I do still get paid, but I do make more money when I fly. But that's when those other sources of income come into play. Times like these, like, I could be out making more money. I'm just choosing to sit home and focus on y'all. So it's like, it just depends on how you look at it. Like, this is the most flexible job I've had. Like, I've never, at my old job, I would have to wait until it was time for me to take my vacation, or I would have to be approved for time off and stuff like that before I could go anywhere. I don't have to do that with the airlines. Like, all we have to do, like I was saying earlier, if our grid is red, if our grid is green, I can get any day off that I want. And normally I stack my days when I'm trying to go somewhere, so then I can have like 7-8 days off in a row. And then if you stack your days right in the next month, you can also get like the first few days of the month off. So now you got like 10 days in a row, right? So it's just really flexible. Like, I've never worked a job like this, and it's almost like once you get a taste of this lifestyle, like, you don't want to let it go, because you're not gonna have that at any other job. You're not, once you get a line, sometimes some flight attendants be off for 20 days because we have a minimum of 60 hours. So after 60, you can drop everything else if you don't want to work. Like, who doesn't want that? Like for real though, who wouldn't want that? You know, wouldn't want that so they could be able to travel or spend time with their family. Like, there was times where I was working my previous job, I wouldn't go home months at a time to see my family because I just didn't have the time. I only had 2 days off, and I would have to go and turn right back around to come to North Carolina. And that's just annoying. So now I don't have to do that. Like, I can pop in to see them, and then I can pop out, and I can have a few days home. You know, even when I go home for the holidays, I'm going to go and spend a few days with my family. But I can sit there until the airlines decide to call me, because I will be on call. I don't have a trip or anything. So I think I got like 3 days on call, and unless they put me on high reserve, I won't leave South Carolina until I have to report to Charlotte. So, you know, there's just no other job that works with you like that, or you have that type of schedule. And that's like my most favorite thing about the airlines, honestly, the flexibility. There are some airlines I feel like they're different with how they do the scheduling and stuff like this. And that's why I'm scared to change airlines, honestly. But I'm really enjoying how my days work at this company because it's just the best thing. I've never done anything like this. So the next thing of why I like being a flight attendant. I like being a flight attendant because I honestly don't mind serving people. I enjoy helping people. I don't know if you guys watched my older video or not, my first video. I mentioned that I went to school for psychology. And I just feel like as a flight attendant, you talk to so many people. You know, you come in contact with a lot of different people. And you don't know, like, just by having a simple conversation, the impression you can have on someone's life, or what type of relationships could form from meeting these different people. You just never know. And I really enjoy that. Like I said, I don't mind serving. I like, you know, the fact that we help people. We're helping people get to their family. You don't know. I've heard so many different stories of why these people are on the plane sometimes. Like, there was a time I was talking to this guy, and he just happened to be another flight attendant's husband that was traveling to, I believe, Colorado, and the son fell off a cliff or something like that. And he was in the hospital in a critical condition. And so, you know, just consoling him and letting him know that everything was going to be okay. You know, just being helpful in that time, just you having kind words with him. It was like, I'm sure that meant a lot, because he even said it. He was like, I appreciate you guys so much. You don't know how I needed to hear the words that you guys said to me. So, you know, you just never know. And I feel like we are helping. Like, I know some people see us as, oh, we just bottle girls in the sky. But I really believe that being a flight attendant is more than service, because the service is not even important. Like, the cookies, chips, the alcohol, the drinks is not important. It's really us keeping people safe on the plane and doing what we're supposed to do, and watching out for them and making sure they get to their destination and safely. So, like, just the conversations and all that other stuff is just a part that comes with the job. But I enjoy being a flight attendant for that matter, because you meet so many different people. And even like the flight attendants that I have worked with, there's some of, you know, the young ladies that now I consider them really close friends. Like, I have built relationships through this job, people that I probably would never have met if I never had this job. And I'm just really grateful, because I'm 28 years old, and for a while I felt like I was slowing down, you know, with growing relationships and meeting new people, because I'm in this small town. I'm in this, you know, I see the same people every day. So now I'm actually getting the opportunity to branch out and meet new people. And it's just really nice. It's really nice, because I feel like, you know, sometimes we feel like the people that's already in our life is the only people that's supposed to be in our life. And I don't believe in that. I believe in always creating new relationships, because you don't know what somebody else could have to offer you, or you have to offer them. So I'm just really grateful. I'm really grateful. I have met some really awesome people while working with my company and just being out on the line and going to different places. So I'm really grateful for the space that I am in. Another reason why I like being a flight attendant, who wouldn't like the benefits? I love the benefits, y'all. I've been to Jamaica 5 times. Like, I remember, I could cry. I remember last year I wanted to go to Jamaica. Not last year, because last year was when I started my training. The year before that, I wanted to go to Jamaica so bad. But my mother and my family talked me out of going by myself, because I was just gonna go. Like, I was just over it. I was like, I'm just gonna go by myself. I have my passport. I'm just gonna go. But they talked me out of it because they felt like it wasn't safe. So I went to New York by myself. That was my first solo trip. I wanted to go to Jamaica so bad. Africa is like on the top of my bucket list. That's the place that I want to go to. I gotta get to the motherland. But because I haven't been able to go there yet, like, Jamaica was the next best thing, right? So, like I said, I wanted to go. And because I didn't go, like, once I got this job, I was like, all right, I'm going to go. I actually was supposed to go to Germany for my birthday this year. But my friend was like, well, why don't you go, since you're going by yourself, why don't you just go to Jamaica for your first trip? And it never really clicked. Like, I never really thought to go to Jamaica at first. I was going by myself and I had family in Germany. So I was like, let me just go to the next best thing where I know I have people. I know I'll be safe because I know I have family members there. And that's why I was considering Germany. But my friend talked me into going to Jamaica. So I decided to do Jamaica. And I just been going back ever since because it's really a good time. I have so much fun. Like, I hope you guys are enjoying my Jamaica vlogs. Like, it's really a good time. Like I said, I'm going back in December. And like, I wouldn't be able to do this if I didn't have this job. You know, like, I'm not even going to sit here in front. Like, I'm able to travel and afford going to Jamaica every month. Like, nobody, no realistic 9 to 5 people cannot do that. So I'm just super appreciative because I've always wanted to be able to move around and travel like this, and now I have the opportunity to. So I'm trying to soak it all in, like eating it up. Like I am taking advantage. So I told my friend, I'm like, we got other places to go. We can't keep going back to Jamaica, but I am going back again and again. I want to go back in December. I want to go back in April for Carnival, but I do have some other places that I am going to check on my list, y'all. So don't worry, the vlogs are going to be different. It's not going to be all just Jamaica vlogs, I promise, okay? So yes, the benefits are great. Like, I'm able to allow my mom to travel. My cousin is traveling for free. My dad can travel if he chooses to. I can give away, you know, buddy passes if I want to. You know, it's just really nice to have, you know. So I know there's a lot of bad things that people say about being a flight attendant, but there's also a lot of good things. And, you know, it's just up to you how you feel about the job. Just depends on what's important to you. And like I said, I could go on about the negative side, but I choose not to do that because I feel like there's a lot of positive things that comes with this job. So that's where I'm cutting this segment of the vlog off at. Like I said, if you guys ever have any questions, I'm open. You just let me know, comment below, and I will definitely get back to y'all, okay? I am going to enjoy the rest of my day. And I'll let y'all know. I doubted that they're gonna call me, but of course I'll let y'all know if they call me, because what it is 4:12 at this point, so I feel comfortable to be able to go out, run my errands, and do whatever I need to do. So yeah, we'll see what happens. All right guys, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and close this video out right here. I'm about to go into the store and come back home and just chill. It's getting dark outside. I waited too late to do the other things that I need to do, so I'm not even going to worry about that. But if you stay to the end of this video, I know you're a real and true subscriber, so thank you for watching. And if you don't remember, I said I was going to tell you guys about a giveaway for helping me get to 500 subscribers. So I want to make sure I keep my word. I don't even know if YouTubers still do giveaways, but I wanted to do it for you guys because I'm new to this and this is what I want to do, so I'm gonna do it. And I love and appreciate my subscribers, so I'm gonna give back because that's just me. And so yeah, I'm gonna do it, but I put it in the end of the video purposely because only the real ones deserve the gift. If you only a pop in and pop out subscribe, I don't need that. I need my real true people to get the gift. So I appreciate y'all for staying to the end of the video. If you like and comment on this video, if you're the first to comment, the first person, the #1 person to comment on the video, you will be the winner for the gift card that I'm going to give away. It's going to be a gift card. If you go ahead and comment, and then I'll reach out to you on the best way to contact you so you can send me your information. Whether it be a like online gift card, or I can send it to you through the mail, whatever I can do to get you the gift card, that's how I'm going to give it to you. So make sure you're #1 to see the video and #1 to comment. Run to the comments, get your gift card. But everybody else, I still appreciate you regardless. I really, really, really appreciate you guys for getting me to 500 subscribers. So yes, but as always, I thank you guys for watching. Go ahead, smash the like button, subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you never miss anything that I post. And like I said, thank you for watching. I will catch y'all in the next vlog, but this is it for this one. Check in with y'all later. Bye.